Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jeff, or welcome if you're new here. Isn't that what you usually say?
I say...
I'm like mumbling.
Yeah, I say like welcome or welcome back. Today's video is just going to be a quick sit down. Well, I don't know if it's going to be quick, but it's going to be a sit down video with me and Jeff because we have some things we want to update you guys on. I also asked you guys some questions over on my Instagram. So we're going to be doing kind of like a little Q&A here. If you're not following us on Instagram, that's where we do a lot of like engagement stuff with you guys over there, especially since YouTube is weird with our comments right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to us, go over to Instagram. We're also on Twitter. Jeff, can you put the handles?
Yes.
Like here.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, doodle-doo. And then also we'll have everything linked down in the description box below. But yeah, so we haven't done one of these in a while. And we just kind of wanted to sit down and talk to you guys without it being like crazy day vlogging for us. Couple updates. So I don't know if it's the last video or the video before the last video that we filmed in New York where I kind of had like a pregnancy scare, not like,
scare.
You know, like I was having some issues.
A baby check. We just did a little baby check.
A baby check.
Baby detector.
So I'm not pregnant. Shortly after leaving New York, I still got my period. It was weird. I still think I need to go to my doctor. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was like a chemical pregnancy situation. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go get that checked out. So that's kind of like the update on that. I'm sure a lot of you were wondering. What else were we talking about the other day?
Your broken leg?
Yeah, so that's doing a little bit better. I broke my leg, like a parking lot accident leaving a Panda Express.
Yep, and she broke the tip off of her fibula.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering like kind of what exactly was going on with that. It's swollen. I went to the orthopedic doctor, a specialist, and they said basically follow up in like 8 weeks, but that it's normal to have swelling and pain for up to 8 weeks. If it goes longer than that, then I need to have an MRI.
I'd say so. So there's the bone, and then there's the bottom of the bone, and it broke off.
Not the whole bone, like it was a chip off of that, not the whole thing.
Right, but like, no, it's not like,
yeah,
no, but it's
right.
like the tip broke off, and then the bone just sits and floats in your ankle until your body absorbs it.
I don't think your body absorbs it.
So then it just floats down
I think
there?
I just have a little floater bone. I think if you guys have had something weird like this happen to you, let me know. It is painful.
Couldn't that cause problems later? Don't they do surgery and
well, it doesn't
pull it out?
like float through your body.
No,
it's
floating though, but like it's not connected to anything. It's just like in your tendons.
It's just like a little broken piece of the bone is like just in there now. It just anyway.
Sounds good.
So I kind of have a little bit of a limp. I'm trying to limit walking. The fibula is not a super weight bearing bone. I think it bears like 10% of your weight. So my doctor said you can walk as much as you feel like you can. So that's kind of the update there. Yeah. In the other video, which I believe is going up before this, so we should probably address as well. We talked a little bit about stuff going on with the accident to our house that happened about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So that kind of is still in the process. It looks like right now we have to get a civil attorney to do some things. So we're kind of in the process of like figuring all that out.
Yeah, it's a bad situation all the way around.
Yeah, and for you guys that are new and just watching, brief kind of like overview of this about, well, I guess I keep saying 10 years ago, but it wasn't 10 years ago. It was like 8 years ago. We had a drunk driver, an underage drunk driver, drive his dad's pickup truck through our house going like 70 miles an hour. Destroyed the house. We had to like basically rebuild half the house.
We weren't in there for 9 months and there was smoke damage to everything.
Everything. So we lost pretty much everything. That was actually one of the reasons why we started making YouTube videos, was because we lost like baby books, our wedding album, everything like that was completely destroyed. And so it was really devastating for us. And that kind of made us want to start like doing better record keeping documenting of our family. So in a weird way, that accident is kind of what led us here today.
Well, the accident was in like 2011 and we started in
2013.
No. We started making videos in 14 or 15.
Well, we started uploading them in 14 or 15.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. So we started, yeah, anyway, so it's been a while. We started making videos way before we started uploading them, but now here we are in 2020 and it's so weird
that
we do this.
It's so fun. It's so fun doing videos, making videos, sharing what we do, traveling around.
And it's kind of fun that like something that we started just as like a record keeping thing and as a hobby has turned into a job for us, right?
And I also, one of my favorite things is there's a lot of favorite things. But one of them is I really think it's cool that we've been involved in educating other family vloggers and just talking about family vlogging,
like when we do speaking
and all that kind of stuff and moderating panels, and that's probably one of my favorite things to do.
It's pretty cool. Like we've gotten to do a lot of really awesome things. Another question we get all the time before I actually get into the questions from you guys, talking about what we do and do we have any other jobs. And I know we've addressed this before, but again, for the new people, we do own some other businesses. I have a real estate company here in California. Jeff's licensed in finance. We really, really love those jobs as well. And we still do them because we enjoy them. If we didn't enjoy them, we wouldn't do it anymore. Because we always get that question of like, do you do YouTube full time? And like, that's such a weird question to me.
We do everything full time. So we do real estate full time. We raise our kids full time. We do YouTube full time.
Right.
When you work for yourself, it's just full time. It's like, are you a full time parent?
Like, yeah,
like
we do
own
everything
the businesses.
full time.
I mean, they're not babies, but like they're part of what we are and what we do. So
we are entirely self-employed, basically, because we own all of our own businesses, and we're very lucky that we get to do things that we really love and spend as much time with our kids.
It's awesome. So if you're in California, you could hit us up.
Oh yeah, for real estate and finance.
You can.
Another question that we get,
happy to help you.
because I feel like we haven't really addressed this before, but while we're just kind of putting everything out on the table here, we get a lot of questions whenever people see our nanny, Michelle, in the vlogs, or like when she travels with us and stuff, and people are always asking like, hey, why do you guys have a nanny when you work at home?
And it's because we have all the other businesses.
Right.
And like right now we're shooting video, but Michelle is taking Gemma to the park, so she's gonna have an awesome time at the park, and then she's picking up the kids from school. So
we can film. So we don't have her every day. We have her
like
3 days a week.
Like 3 days a week.
But we actually use those 3 days to do the majority of our work, so that when we do have our children home from school,
we are with them.
We actually do get to be with them and be present with them instead of constantly having to work when they're around, if that makes any sense. Because we do get that question a lot. And then when comments are on our videos, like people always comment about that as well. So also Michelle has been babysitting, nannying for us for like 5 years since Gretchen was little. And so she's like a member of the family basically.
Totally, which is why, if you didn't see, I think on Melissa's Instagram, we were somewhere.
We were traveling for some work.
We were in LA or something, and Michelle was here with the kids, and Gretchen was doing her like family heritage thing, and she drew a picture of her family and had Michelle on there, which I think is so sweet.
I think it was really sweet.
But then it also looked like they turned it in, and it looked like I was holding the hands of like 2 women,
like
and then I had all
wives.
my 5 kids, and I was like,
it did look really funny because
little
we saw
mixed
the
message
project
there.
after.
But the core is that she's a part of our family, and that's awesome, and I'm glad the kids recognize that as well.
Right. And you guys have probably also noticed that Jeff's mom and dad have been around a lot more lately. They've been in a lot of our vlogs recently.
They've just moved closer. They used to live in Sonoma.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you say, oh, it's only an hour and a half, but that's like a million years. Like during the school week, an hour and a half, we can't just see them. They can't just come over.
We were seeing them like once a month, and now we see them like at least once a week.
Which is a blessing. Which is awesome.
It's really amazing. And since your mom retired, she recently retired as well. She's been able to spend so much time with the kids, and I think that it's so great for them.
Like she is my wife is fantastic, but I'm not talking about her. My mom is like the most amazing person ever, and anybody would tell you that.
That's true. I think so. I love my mother-in-law, and I know that that's a really... So most people don't love their mother-in-laws, but my mother-in-law is fantastic.
There is everything to love about my mom, and I hope that I got even just a dash of what she is and who she is.
She's a great.
So thank you, Mom.
And we're really, if she's watching, hi, Grandma. That's kind of the update with that. So that's why Jeff's parents have been involved more. That's the tea on the nanny. All the stuff that's going on.
Since I didn't know, the tea is like the down low, no doubt.
I think
the tea is
most of them know.
Tea's the what's up. Tea's the secrets.
Did you really not know what the tea meant?
The tea is the proof in the pudding or whatever. I don't know.
Anyway, all right, so we're gonna get into some questions from you guys. I asked you on Instagram to throw some questions at us that you wanted to know. So
let's do a lightning round. I always like lightning rounds because I never know what I'm gonna say.
So a bunch of people, we always get this all the time. Are you done having kids? We are considering having one more. I think like with the pregnancy scare thing or whatever, like it wasn't the timing that we were talking about.
We've discussed it. And it's not a guarantee, Because,
Right.
I mean, it's not a guarantee anyway if you want to get,
Right,
it's not like, oh, there.
And
baby.
you're pregnant. Like, it can be really hard, yeah.
I mean, it's not that fast. I mean,
So we discussed it. I think if we, are you okay? Don't die.
Yeah, no.
If we did have another baby, I would probably get pregnant sometime this year, but ideally it would be later in the year because we don't want to wait too long.
and maybe not, because I really have been thinking about it, and we're super blessed
We are.
to have 5 healthy, beautiful girls, and it is a lot, but we are also very lucky to be with them all the time. So
Right.
you might think, oh, you have so many kids, like, how do you spend time with them? We're
With
home
them.
with them every day.
Yeah.
We're not off, and when we travel, typically we do travel with them. We do have some business trips that are for adults.
Yeah, we don't take them
because
on
that's
business.
how
It's boring.
business trips work sometimes. We wouldn't take them and have them in the hotel room, or
Yeah.
that's just not.
You know, that is a question we get all the time, and it's so funny because I think people, like in New York, where I posted the Instagram photo of us.
Oh,
in
it's
New
like,
York.
why didn't you take
Why
them?
didn't you take your kids?
It's
They
like
would have been in a hotel.
We went to the travel show. There were no kids there.
It was not a lot
There's
of
no
the stuff
kids
when we
there.
travel alone to LA or to like New York or whatever. We're usually in and out, and it's for a conference or for meetings. And taking they would hate it. We take the kids when it's fun for them, when we can tack on a couple extra days in LA and take them to Disney.
That are really fun. Yeah.
Or doing meet and greets, like we've taken them to a couple events to do meet and greets to see you guys, and that's really fun. But our thing with that we get asked a lot about too,
Oh, yeah.
because we do meet and greets a lot more with just Jeff and I, and I will tell you the reason for that. The reason for that is actually because,
There's probably a couple reasons.
well, the main reason is, and a lot of people don't realize this, but the main reason is security. A lot of the events and things that we've gone to, I always check and see what their security situation is.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
will
important.
never bring my family to do a meet and greet at an event where I know that there's not legit security. So that's the thing. And I don't think a lot of YouTubers talk about that, but I think that for us, I mean, it's critical. Like, we will never go anywhere that there isn't security, that they're not bag checking, metal detecting people. And not that we think that you guys, it's not anything against you guys.
And also, like, you have to understand, like, Melissa and I can do meet and greets all day because we're adults and fully mature and all that good stuff. But our kids, like, the little ones are 6 and 2.
It's hard for them to stand there for hours.
And
Yeah.
even though when we travel or we go to Target, they're happy to take pictures with fans and stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
super fun. They like it. It's just kind of been a part of our life for the last few years, and it's always been really positive and fun. But I think it's just emotionally draining when you're so excited to see people over and over and over and over again.
'Cause we
And we've
are
had to
so
do it-
excited.
We've had to do it for like 2 years, and it's like, we've had to do it.
We've been doing meet and greets for like 5
For
years.
2 hours, I meant.
Oh,
Sorry.
2 hours at a time,
yeah.
yeah.
I meant like we've had a 2-hour ones, and then we have like the baby, and then and Gretchen was 5.
The one we did in Utah
and I just
last
felt
year was
like it
rough.
was really, it was just too long. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not complaining. I think it's amazing. And
It wasn't long for us,
I'm
it was
happy
long
to
for
do it.
the
We're
kids.
happy to do it, but still, my number one job is to be a husband and father.
Yeah.
And that's my priority, is my family, and this should be everyone's.
Kind of going off of that.
Yeah.
So our biggest issue is security. So we
Stand
always
up.
check in event security. A bunch of people are asking what events we're going to this year. So far this year, we are likely going to be going to Summer in the City again in London for all
Yeah.
you UK people.
Yeah,
We'd love
come
to go
see
there.
us.
That has been a phenomenal event for us. We love to connect with you guys.
And let us know, because last year we brought buttons.
Oh yeah,
And
for
we might bring some
sweatshirts, other
t-shirts.
merch.
I think t-shirts is the easiest thing, but y'all are in London,
It's hard
so
for
like,
us to get merch
maybe you want sweatshirts
to
because it's a
London.
little chilly.
Yeah, let
At
us
least when
know
I'm
if
there.
you guys have any merch requests. So we're going to be doing that. There is a couple TBD events. I can tell you that one that we're going to be doing a meet and greet at is going to be in LA, and that's going to be over the summer. And then we're going to be doing another one over the summer, I believe, in Texas. And that details on that will be coming out.
And maybe Florida.
Maybe Florida. As soon as we have details on that, we will be releasing them. People are asking also about local meet and greets. We've never, well, no, we did the local meet and greet in Sacramento.
Oh, we did. We did it at Expo Fair.
At an
thing.
expo. We did that.
And if you're local, totally hit us up, because I really want to do like a Sacramento River Cats meetup.
He did. We were just talking about that.
I really want to do that, because I think
Yeah.
that'd be really fun to get together with families or fans and get like an area at the baseball game,
Right.
and hang out and
It would
whatever.
be really cool. So if you guys are local, in Northern California, and you would come to something like that, let us know.
I mean, it could be a Kings game, it could be a basketball game, but I think River Cats is super chill in the summer.
Maybe what I'll do is
beer
on
night or something.
Instagram, I'll put a poll in my stories, and you guys can let us know if you're local or not.
Yeah.
Because I think
maybe we can even start like a Facebook page for local fans where we can organize stuff.
Maybe.
Throwing out there.
Are you volunteering
maybe
for that?
Maybe I'll put someone else in charge of it. Maybe we partner with someone.
Get a moderator.
Maybe we get a fan buddy.
Okay, so other vacations. Well, I mean, it's all for work too, but Jeff and I are going to be in Hawaii probably the week after this video comes out. So if you are in Hawaii, let us know. We've never done a meet and greet there, but we love Hawaii and we go once or twice a year. So we're going to be doing that.
That's really our vacation. It's not a conference or anything. We're really recharging our batteries.
Yeah.
And I go see like a magic show and have dinner, and she goes to the outlets and we hang out for a few nights.
Although maybe not, because we're trying to save a lot of money.
Did you go to the outlets?
I did last time, yeah. So actually about that, I'm thinking about making a big family budgeting series and like how we raise a big family in California and with how much it costs and all that kind of stuff.
And
I think I'm going to do it on my mom channel.
She's made me feel really guilty lately. Not guilty, but like, she's like, we're keeping track of stuff, so whenever you spend money, message me. So I'm the kind of person
I have a list
that I'm literally like, I'm not buying anything. And it actually hasn't been that bad.
We're trying to do like a no spend for right now, just because I feel like, I don't know, it's just like a good time to do it. It's good
and healthy, and we're trying to organize and clean up, and our garage is a mess because if you guys know, we have a huge haunted house for Halloween, and that is a monster project. And then Christmas comes, and like Halloween's kind of put away. We're taking out Christmas, and now Christmas is done, and so it's like Halloween Christmas explosion in our garage.
Right.
And Ray Dunn.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of Ray Dunn. Somebody.
If you guys don't know what that is a like collectible dishware. It's such a mom thing.
Anything's collectible if you collect it.
That's true. So another question I'm seeing a ton of people ask on this, and it's actually something we want to talk about anyway. People are asking, would we move? Are we going to stay here? Are we ever going to move? So we, if you guys don't know, bought the house that we're currently living in.
We're in California.
We live in NorCal.
USA.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Outside of Sacramento, which I grew up here, with like in Folsom actually. I love the area.
I grew up in Buffalo. And then I lived in Chicago a little bit, and I went to Clemson in South Carolina. I lived in South Carolina for 8 years.
So he's a little bit more traveled than me.
Heyo.
But anyway, we lived in California ever since we got married, obviously, and we've lived in the same town now for about 10 years. 8 years in one house, and then 2 years in our new house. And our new house is kind of in the same area as our old house was. We bought this house 2 years ago because we literally had just outgrown our other house. I was pregnant with Gemma.
And this is an awesome house because it has a much bigger yard and a pool.
Yeah.
And we've
so to give you some
hooked up
stats,
the backyard.
And let me know if you guys want to see a house tour, because I still feel like we haven't done the full house tour on this channel.
You could watch me moving us out of the other house because I cried a little.
At the other house tour, but I'm talking about this house tour.
Oh.
So for this house, just to give you guys some stats, it's in NorCal. It's about 4,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 4 bath. 4? 4. So 7 bedrooms, 4 bath. We remodeled this house completely. We love it. We love our house. We love our yard. We love our pool. We did a bunch of work in the backyard last year, if you guys remember. But this is the thing. When we bought this house, we thought we probably won't move. We'll be here for at least 10 years. But the longer that we're here, we're realizing that we do, as much as we love our house, we really don't love the area that we live in. And we're trying to talk about
that's not exactly. It's just there's not a lot of other people around here that do what we do, and that makes it really hard.
Also, our neighborhood is like what we were talking about the other day is like when I grew up and when Jeff grew up as little kids, we had a lot of neighborhood friends and school friends and activities. Our kids don't. Like, our neighborhood is a lot of retired people. There's no,
really nice.
Really nice.
I actually love our neighbors, but they don't have any
It's
little
just a different, like, it's not what I expected for my kids. And then also because our kids don't go to a school in our neighborhood, they go to a school in another city, actually. It's just hard. I'm a little bit disappointed in how that's all played out.
And we're trying to make more aggressive compromises by having like sleepovers from school and stuff, so they can have the kids their age around more often. And we want to host. That's why we have the pool and yard.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have talked about is potentially moving moving, like out of state, out of area. We've looked into my little brother just moved to Southern California with his wife and baby, and we've talked about moving down there. The only thing that we're hesitant about that is like for a house, our house down there would be 10 times more expensive. Like
it would be a lot.
And it would be difficult for us to get a house that was like big enough for all of us that was affordable for us because yeah, it's just
if you live down there and have a house, you could donate it.
Right.
We'll name it after you.
But I think
shout you out all the time or whatever.
In a perfect world, if it was affordable for us and we found something that made sense, I would love to be down in Southern California, close to my little brother and friends, and like our management's down there. And you guys, a lot of you guys, like when we do events, like we travel to LA all the time for that. Yeah. So I feel like it would make sense, but it's just not affordable for us right now. So on that note, we've talked about, okay, if we didn't live in California, where could we go? And I think we've narrowed it down to 2 states. So if you guys have any feedback about this, let us know. But
and I think so real quick, I think the some of the factors are weather.
Yes, I want it to
be affordability.
Yeah.
So weather, affordability, and like what was another big thing? Those are 2 big ones. Schools, of course. That's like neighborhood. That can be like
airport.
Oh, taxes.
Oh, taxes. So some states like Texas and Florida have no state income tax, which we do have here in California. So that would save us a lot of money. But so the things are the weather. We live in California.
Right,
I love having.
That's like why we would move. Affordability.
Right. So. I love having like 300 days of sunshine a year in California. I would love to be closer to the beach or the lake. So I think that would be like a must-have if we moved. So when I think about Texas, that would put us down like Houston, like on the coast of Texas, which I'm not very familiar with that area. And then Florida, which obviously like there's a lot of area there where you could, you know, be close to the ocean and have. And I know Florida property is pretty inexpensive. You could
be on the Gulf side.
So and we'd save money on income taxes. So that's something that we've thought about, but realistically, like I don't know if that would happen in the next year. I mean, it would be a couple years out.
You never know. Like I didn't know we were gonna move 2 years ago. I didn't know. I mean, I don't know. Life. The only constant is change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Life is just like.
But the other thing for us too is like proximity to airports. Like we live right next to Sacramento Airport, which is international, and also San Francisco is international. And so we need to be by a hub because we do so much travel. So that's something to consider. And then obviously schools are a huge factor for us. And then as the girls get older, proximity to possibly like colleges and stuff that maybe they would want to go to, you know, an area that had a lot of options.
I'm alright if they go away to college.
I don't want them to do that. I want them to live with me forever.
Oh man.
So anyway, so if you guys have any insight on that, like,
we're not having any more then.
Let us know. Let us know. We're not sure. I mean, I feel like the longer we live here, the more I'm thinking about the possibility of going somewhere else. And we love the house. I just feel like maybe our family would be better served living in a completely different area. And that's kind of where it's at right now. So other things. Okay, so this video is probably gonna be really long. How many? 23 minutes? Okay, so we have time for a couple more questions. Let's
23 minutes, what was that?
Kind of controversial, but we have addressed this before. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about it, but a bunch of people ask us if we're religious, if we go to church. The answer is no. We do not. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. We have talked about it briefly.
We were both raised Catholic.
Yeah, but we're not.
And I think a lot of the core values and the golden rule and all that good stuff applies, but we don't attend church.
We do not. So if you guys are really interested in hearing more about that, go over to my Instagram and let me know over there, and then maybe I can talk about it in stories more. But that is something we do get asked all the time. Oh, and another question, I see a bunch of stuff in here about Gabrielle and her dad. If you guys didn't know, if you're newer, Jeff is actually Gabrielle's stepdad, but he has raised her since she was... How old? 3?
Oh, I mean,
she was like little baby,
so
like Gemma. Gabrielle calls Jeff dad. She also calls her other dad. Dad. Because. And she does. He's not super involved. She does see him a couple of times a month. And that's a whole nother thing. And we don't really talk about all of that because I don't feel like it's appropriate. But she does have somewhat of a relationship with him, but not like on the day-to-day.
And the thing is, like, we're not trying to keep it a secret.
No.
Like, that's not. It just doesn't come up. Like,
right.
Oh, we're at the playground. Do you have another dad? Like,
right.
That just doesn't.
But we do get asked about it a lot, and there are a bunch of questions here. So for all you new people that did not know that, that's kind of the tea on that. And let's see, maybe we have like one or two more questions here. That people want us to talk about our relationship. Maybe we should make a whole nother video about that. Ooh. That would be like how we met, like dating, like all of our stuff, when we got married. We've been married since 2008, so it's been quite a while. So maybe a video for another time.
Yeah.
And let me see. Oh, here's one that's kind of more lighthearted. So we'll talk about this for a minute. When we're filming in public, how do we do that and not feel like awkward?
Practice.
Yes.
Consistency.
Like we vlog a lot now in public, like especially with my mom channel where I'm literally vlogging me running errands. I used to be super embarrassed, like when we first started, to like pull out a camera in public. I don't even think about it anymore.
If anything, people come be like, "Oh, what's your channel? You're a vlogger?" Because it's.
But also, I think the climate has changed. I think 5 years ago it was a little more weird, where now people are more interested in and accepting of like online community and like YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And so the overwhelming feedback that we get on it is positive. Like we've never had anybody be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" But I don't think it's not awkward at us for all. So the answer is just
sometimes though it is funny weird because we're like getting vegetables at the grocery store and we're like, "So what do you think of these?" And she's like, "I always test the firmness."
And then there's like a person behind you like
and then you have like the grandma that's like,
what are they doing? We do get some weird looks from people, and sometimes like we'll get photo bombers or video bombers.
Oh, that's kind of my favorite.
Where they like come in the background and they'll be like, "Hey," or whatever, and he usually leaves it in because it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's not like super harassy.
No, it's not.
But if it's people, people just like kind of walk by the camera and they're like, you know, so. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, not like in between my arm. They're usually behind me. They're not like jumping over my arm. But
so if you guys are interested in making online videos and you're wondering about that, the answer is just keep doing it until you're not embarrassed anymore and it's not awkward. Because the more you do it, the less you think about it when you're doing it.
Yeah, it becomes second nature. And then when it kind of becomes a job, then you're like, oh, this is what I do.
So I think we're going to wrap it up now because we have been talking for forever. But if you guys have any other questions for us, you want to know more about us, check out all of our YouTube channels, all of our social media links.
And Byte. I've been doing a bunch of stuff on Byte.
Yes.
And I did my first tweet today, I think.
Yeah, he has not been on Twitter, but now he is. So all of our links are going to be in the description box below. We would love to chat with you guys. So go over there, check it out, follow us, and I think that's it.
I think so. So on Byte is kind of my funny stuff. Twitter's going to be like more serious dad stuff, like my dad rules.
Dad rules.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you don't know his dad rules.
Starts off with the golden dad rule, which I already posted on my Twitter. Jeff Weiss Life, which is also my Instagram, right? Jeff Weiss Life.
I think that's your handle on almost everything.
Jeff Weiss Life.
This is a really rambly video. Sorry guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.